playing me in with the sweet John Williams soundtrack that just is so important to those movies. Today's a good day. I think I can officially announce big kind of breaking news. I'd like to bury the hatchet, Mr. LaGreca. I think it's time. I don't want to be enemies anymore. I don't think I want to be enemies anymore.
Wow.
Listen, I don't want to be. First of all, is this really Cody Rhodes?
So
that's
the olive branch of friendship.
I'm a father now, and I can't have these old grudges. But I'm a pretty petty guy, and Bully knows I'm one of the pettiest people you'll ever meet. So my attention is now shifted to, I love Bully. I'll always respect, love Bully because he's a wrestler talking about wrestling versus, like just a rando. I love Bully. I want to bury the hatchet with you. But then there's another person in your world now who showed up at AEW the other day, went to the bar after the show, big jovial after party, and everyone's making their rounds. And I felt real good because all the talent come up to me. I'm very rarely at the after party and say nice things, and it makes me feel big and my ego fills up. This individual who works for Busted Open didn't even say hello to me. Didn't say hello. Wow. So now that's where I'm a little upset with the Busted Open crew. I believe her name is Gabby. I believe her name is Gabby. Can you confirm?
Yes, it's Gabby, and Bully will confirm this. When you're a part of a show like Busted Open and the success that we've had, there's people that work behind the scenes that I guess, and this probably happens in the world of wrestling. I think the term is Hollywood, kind of go Hollywood. Our very own Gabby has gone Hollywood. So she's big time now. So it surprises me, but it doesn't shock me that she no-sold you the other night.
Well, I mean, and like, I assume the reason I was like, I wonder why she didn't say hello. I assume you're getting ready to probably get out of this game, like how much longer are people going to want to listen to you, and then you've got Gabby, this young and up and coming, and, to kind of a different perspective, probably a more appropriate perspective to wrestling than yours. I assume she was kind of your protege, your Padawan, if we're getting a little callback here to the wars, to Star Wars. But yeah, then she didn't say hello, and I don't know where things are at. Is she on this call right now?
Yeah, she's actually here, Gabby.
Hold on. Okay. This is where the heat is shifting in the show right now. Cody no longer has heat with LaGreca. LaGreca no longer has heat with Cody. Now Gabby has heat with Cody, and I'd like to welcome into the show right now. Gabby, did you hear what Cody had to say? You big leagued him.
I don't know what he's talking about. Hello, sir. Nice to meet you. Cordially. I've never met you before.
Well, actually, you could have, but you decided not to.
Met me. You were 6 feet. You were 6 feet away, buying shots for everybody, and you busted open, and then you just never said hi.
I don't mean to have this come off this way. I don't remember seeing you that night, so I don't know if it was one of those things.
Yeah. Hey, Gabby.
But also too, I'm a very welcoming person. You could have came up to me and said hello. I don't know. It's weird.
Gabby, listen. I don't want to do this. But I think we're going to have to ban you.
Oh, what is Gabby going to do in her free time if she's banned from AEW?
I think we're going to have to ban you. And I know Mark Henry's out there listening, and Tony Khan, who's become a huge part of you guys' show. I'm sure they're thinking right now, we're going to unban her. But I'm right now, I think we're bordering a ban. We're bordering it, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to have that strife between. I think we need to start over. And I don't know, Gabby. What do you recommend to improve this relationship.
Wait a second, Cody. I'm sorry, but Gabby, can I jump in for a second? Because I am the creator and founder of this show. But, now that you are a father to your beautiful daughter, Liberty, and I'm a father as well, can I give you some fatherly advice?
You can say it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
no, because I think I think it works in this situation, Cody. Like, the last thing you want to do is enable. All right. I've been accused of enabling my daughters at times, let them get away with stuff. You shouldn't do that in this circumstance. I think you really need to lay down the law here so that she learns from her mistake.
Yeah.
She big timed you. She disrespected you, and you've done a lot.
Please.
You've extended, you and AEW have extended a welcoming and helping hand to Gabby in the past. And when she had the opportunity to say, not even she could have said thank you, but not even a hello. Well, I think she needs to learn her lesson here. That's my take.
LaGurk, I appreciate it all. It's
LaGreca. I know I'm a rando, but it's LaGreca.
No, it's okay. Anyways, Gabby, how about this?
Yes.
And I'm not looking for the this is not a trap question. This is more of just, this will help me decide how we can move forward. Who is your favorite wrestler at AEW?
Oh, I can answer.
Well, we know it's not Cody Rhodes.
No, he's gone to Hollywood. I can't pick Cody Rhodes.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, whoa! Wait a second here, Gabby. Can I?
We had Arn. Arn is right. What do you want me to say?
Gabby,
Arn,
take it easy. Take it easy.
Just tell Arn is Arn is entitled to say what he wants. He said what he wanted on your show. He's done some wild things in the past few weeks that I'll never forget. Just who is it? Who's your favorite wrestler?
I feel like if I mention it to you, it's going to end up being bad for me in some way or another.
I think honesty is the best approach with anything.
I love everyone. I don't really. It's hard to have a favorite. It is.
Okay, Tommy.
Okay,
Tommy.
I will say I love Britt Baker.
Oh, well, that was that choice
threw you off. I know
that. You know what? That's a pretty neutral choice.
Yep.
Yeah, I will think. Let's just keep things kind of on the bubble at the moment. Then, so Gabby, it was so nice to meet you. And
Cody, can I ask you something?
Of course, it's you guys' show. I definitely fire away.
So I don't know if you know this. I have a segment every Friday, and I've been talking about Roads to the Top every Friday because I cover the reality series. I love Roads to the Top, by the way. And
thank you.
No, it's fine. You're part of it, so that's great. So, I said first week my MVP was Teal. And then, last week my MVP was Brandy because she had to deal with the fact, you forgot her bed on the tour bus. I kind of said I was disappointed in you. I think a little bit of your anger towards me is the fact that, I haven't had a week where I've praised you on Rose to the Top because you kind of disappointed me last week. I think, Brandy was the MVP. Teal's doing amazing. I'm waiting for that moment where I'm like, Cody was my MVP this week. And I think you're a little mad at me about it.
All right. I'll go ahead and be honest. I appreciate your covering of Roads to the Top, which is coming Saturday after Dynamite, and specifically the episode that's coming Saturday. I think for sure, I will get out of that episode with being your MVP. The episode that's coming up on Saturday, it's only one episode this week, is my favorite episode that we did. It is, for personal reasons, it's like this ultimate home movie I'll have forever, but also there's a story involving Arn, involving Brock, and just a tale of legacy that, if I don't come out your MVP, then we were going to have a whole different discussion. I think I will, though. I'm very confident, and I appreciate you covering Roads to the Top because you are right. And I was very trepidatious about doing a reality show. It is not my world. It is not. I was very trepidatious about it. I have dug how everything has been presented and how authentic it has been and the behind the scenes nature of AEW. So thank you for covering it, but I will be your MVP. I promise.
We'll see. I was disappointed.
I have a question. What does trepidatious mean?
Oh God. Yeah.
Dave.
What does trepidatious mean?
I'm joking. Cody, talk about and Gabby does do a phenomenal job every Friday to talk about Roads to the Top. How has it been for you? Because this is really a reality show. No disrespect to Ms. and Mrs., which is more played out like a sitcom than a day-to-day reality show. What has it been like for you to have that camera in your face almost 24/7?
That's very. I mean, no disrespect to Shed Media or to our friends at Warner Media, but it's very annoying. And the annoyance of it, it's a great complaint to have, that these people want to document this company as it grows, and they want to document our family as it grows. But it did get to the point where some of the reasons I think the show is really quality is it got to the point where many times I said, hey guys, I'll wear this mic and you can follow me with that camera, but don't stage anything. Don't ask me to repeat something. Don't ask me to frame something up. Just film. If you just film, you'll be very happy with ultimately what you get. And I think that's a great complaint to have, that they were very annoying. They were very persistent. They did their best in terms of being back of house at AEW. That crew learned a lot about wrestling. They certainly did. They got up close and personal to the build towards the pay-per-view, the highs and lows of that build. And that's annoying, and I'm ready to be annoyed again because it was fun and seeing the show. And my kind of response in the wrestling community right now is very polarizing. A lot of boos. There's some cheers, boos, cheers, whatever it may be. It also depends a lot on the market you're in. But when it comes to Roads to the Top, I'm very excited, and I know when it's on because everything on my phone is just positive. People really enjoying the show. And again, it's a side of me that I didn't think people would ever see, but now they are seeing it, and I'm all in on it. So, yeah.
Cody, you mentioned the word annoyed, and I'm kind of reading between the lines on what's going on with you and Arn. And he seems really annoyed with you. Can you kind of take us a little bit behind the curtain? Like the conversations that we don't get to hear and we don't get to see. Why is Arn so annoyed with you right now?
Well, I think the pattern of Arn in my relationship from the time I started really kind of working under him in 2007 to him coaching me now is I think that student-teacher dynamic in my mind had shifted a little bit, not where I was the teacher, but where I was in a different position. And, I was the one who asked Arn to have the play card. I was the one who put him in the Mike Ditka look for him as the coach, which he did like, but I could also see that's not really what Arn Anderson does. And when you have Arn Anderson sitting in a chair in the corner of your locker room and you're talking about how you're going to do this and it will be awesome and how you're going to do this and the crowd's going to react, it's almost insulting to somebody like Arn because he would actually know. He actually lived and breathed this. There's that clip of him and Dusty and Ronnie Garvin and Flair where the entire crowd is in a near riot over the good guys prevailing. He lived this. And sometimes I think I forget to ask Arn, hey, what do you think? Sometimes I probably neglected Arn to a degree, especially when I went to film the second season of Go Big Show, where I assume he got the Hollywood line from, which is a kick in the nuts for sure. But I think it's all, if I'm being self-aware and transparent, I don't think Arn is wrong. I don't think he's entirely right either, but I think this is a time in his career with me where I'm going to let him lead this weekend. We're doing something fun on Dynamite, according to him, something fun. I'm going to let him lead, and he's the coach, and I'll let him coach. I think that's when our relationship was at its best, when he was coaching and I was listening.
You were saying about some of the boos, and you said something interesting, too, that kind of reminds me of the Sting-Flair feud back in the day. If you saw it at the Greensboro Coliseum, Sting would be getting cheered, but if you went to the Meadowlands in New Jersey, Sting would be getting booed and Flair would be getting cheered. Do you feel like that's some of what's going on with you? There are certain areas that are always going to be Cody supporters, and like, for example, New York, New Jersey, that might boo you. Like, do you have that perception now that you're a father and that you are a corporate executive and you do have the reality show? There are going to be certain fan bases that will boo you.
Yeah, I'm of the outlook that if you pay your money to attend the show, if you give us your attention to watch the show, you do whatever you want. I think our competition in the wrestling space, one of the things that has hurt them is their inability to hear. If you're a wrestler in the ring, again, Bully would know because he's an actual wrestler talking about wrestling. If you're a wrestler in the ring, you can hear, and if you don't hear, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing the whole card a disservice. You're doing the match you're in a disservice. I can hear, but I also play chess, not checkers. So I think it's fun to speculate, and there's so much that we've seen in the past. Well, that's how this went, and that's how this could go. The challenge I'm facing and the direction I'm going is something that has never been done in wrestling before. There's tons of just old plays that we could run here. I'll kick this guy in the balls and sneer or abuse my EVP power. Very soapy, very soap opera, what I would just kind of call bullshit. And I don't mean to say it that hard, but the challenge for me now is to go a direction that perhaps no wrestler has gone before. I don't come out of either tunnel, and if that's probably the best way to put it. And I'm looking forward to it. This is the most fun I've ever had in my career. Has been navigating some of these new spaces. For example, New York, where you've got 25,000 people, and that reaction is a little different. Last week, I'm in the concourse doing a book drive for community outreach, and it's the opposite of that reaction in Philly, and that beautiful feeling of, all right, these are my people. It depends. Some places I'll go, they'll be my people. Other places I go, they won't. But that's your right as a fan. Do what you want.
I've always given you and the Bucks your props for what you've been able to do, starting with All In. I saw everything that transpired through Ring of Honor and said the mistakes that they made with you and the Bucks and what it has now led to, how you guys came together with Tony, yada, 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 put you over to the moon, and fans appreciate you guys for what you have done. Earlier in our little chat, you described yourself as petty. If you are a bit petty and knowing what you've done for AEW and their fans, these boos have to bother you just a little bit. Yes or no?
All right. So I'm going to use an example that, Bub, you're probably going to be furious at my example, but because it's a real modern day example. Has everyone seen the movie Toy Story?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Everyone's seen it? All right. So Woody was having a hell of a time. He was having a great time. He was getting played with every day. He was the number one toy. Buzz Lightyear shows up. Woody gets thrown in the toy box. If you're wondering how I feel, take a peek at how Woody felt in the very first Toy Story, because that to a degree has been my role lately. However, with that said, and my pettiness aside, and my ongoing feud with one of your hosts, I have been doing this since I was 15 years old. And that education is invaluable in terms of me not panicking and in terms of also me enjoying this moment. I've never had a run like this in my career where everything was happening so much at once, personally and professionally. And I want to ride the wave. I want to look back at it and enjoy it. But yes, if anyone wants to know perhaps how I feel, I identify with Woody from Toy Story, if that makes any sense. That's where I'm at with it.
I think it does, and I think it's very telling.
That was Bubba's question. What are you chiming in here? Sorry, I'm getting
you said that I might be furious with your answer because it's a very new school thing, but I can appreciate that answer, and I understand exactly what you're saying. And despite the fact that I lean on a lot of old school rules and methods and psychology in this business, I completely understand that new school train of thought. I appreciate how you guys bring things together, because I think there's a good mix of those veterans and that younger talent to bring everything together. I appreciated your answer. I thought it was very good.
And it's okay for me to jump in because unlike maybe some of the stuff that you're doing with AEW, Bully and I are on equal ground. So, that's why our partnership is working here on Busted Open. I do want to get into Roads to the Top, Cody.
Had I not been exclusively media trained for years and years, to let you just throw that one in there and then me to just let it sit. I actually have something I need to get off my chest. How much more time do I have left on your show?
We have 2 minutes left before the end of the show.
Never mind. It'll be for the next time. What were you going to say?
Well, no, I actually wanted to promote, Rhodes to the Top because it's a different time and day, Saturday, right after Dynamite. I think the show has been phenomenal, and I just want to make sure that everybody knows it's at a different time and night this week. And I'm a big fan. I know there are a lot of people who are fans, and I just wanted to say I understand what you're going through. We had Teal on, we had Brandy on, and I know a lot of times you're stuck in the middle, and it's a very tough place to be. So you know what? I feel like you have been the MVP of this show so far in a lot of ways, because I know it's got to be tough to be in the middle of two people that you love as much as you do. So you do have my sympathy and you have my respect.
What a kiss ass answer. But the show is on this Saturday after Dynamite, and here's what I would tell people: if they haven't watched Roads to the Top, if they think it's like other reality shows, especially other reality shows in wrestling, I dare them to watch this single episode this weekend. It is.
I think we lost.
Did you
Cody.
just cut him off? You just hung up on him.
No,
you just hung up on Cody.
Listen, it got a little.
Why would you do
there.
that?
Because I think if we're going to end the show, it's going to end the show with me.
Did he hang up on me?
Yes. We got him back. Yes, he just tried to hang up on you.
All right. Well, now we're at a point.
It might have been wait a second, Cody. It wasn't me. It was Gabby. It was Gabby that actually.
This is like who shot JR.
Who
hung up on Cody?
Who hung up on me?
I would never do that.
It was.
I don't think it was you, Gabby.
Oh, thanks, Cody.
Is it that little producer? You got that producer still?